So whether you're seated or standing, let's just stretch. Let's take these arms, put our fingers together, and if you're comfortable putting the palms away, put them away and just stretch. Just stretch. Stretch out and in, and then reach up. Oh man, that feels good. Push those shoulder blades back, stretch high as you can. You want to come down a couple of times, just a little movement there. It just feels good. Now, when you're finished stretching, release those fingers and let those hands just come down slowly. Now, this is the time of relaxation. You've done the stretching, you've created a little tension there. So go to the direct opposite. See how much energy you can release from your body. Soften the shoulders, relax the neck. Notice the sensation of the arms as you release and slowly let them float down. Judy's giving us a close-up of her new haircut. Thank you, Judy, for sharing that with us. And relax. Let the hips soften. Let the knees go spongy. I like to think of my knees as sponges so that when I move around, I just sort of up and down constantly like this. Now, that's not really squatting, not stooping. It's just floating on those knees. Notice how I'm keeping the weight on one foot before I step out with the other. Then I bring the weight to that foot before I pick up the other. This is weight separation. It's one of the primary guidelines of Tai Chi. So if you want to just enjoy the floating and stepping, it actually feels good once you get used to it. It's a little seductive. It's like, oh yeah, let me just float and settle, float up and settle. You can keep walking like this, go to the side. We're going to use this little side step later in cloud hands. The weight's on one foot. Straighten myself a little bit. Get the weight fully on this foot. This is a light foot now, or empty foot, and I'm just going to step out, put the toe down, and then I'm going to put the weight onto the whole foot, and then lift this foot up, heel, then toe, and then step in, toe, heel. This is safe walking. This is what we want to start bringing with us into our everyday life. We want to be able to be conscious of where our weight is distributed, where our balance is based, where our center of gravity is located, so that when we walk, we're less likely to stumble. Now I'm going to take this toe, I'm going to lift the foot, I'm just going to tap the toe and step right back out. That's how you reverse direction in cloud hands. We're going to do that later. So this is preparation for cloud hands. You want to go back the other way, you just tap the toe and step back out. Now, I'm taking very small steps. I recommend that for everybody. Someday, if your knees are really sturdier than they are today, you might take bigger steps. But you don't want to do that now. You want to wait till you build up those knees. Plus, this is not as safe to prevent falls. So what we're studying is not, hey, gee, how much can I challenge my knees? What we're studying in this class is handling my weight distribution better. So now, the initial form is called Wuji, or universal posture. The feet are basically hips width apart. The ankles are right there under the hips. The shoulders are right over the hips. The shoulders are soft and dangling, with the arms literally just hanging at your sides or in front. Depending on the joint of your shoulder, your hands might fall like this, or they may fall like this. They may fall like this. I don't know, maybe some people fall like this. However they fall is natural for you. So just dangle and let them go there. And if you shift your weight back and forth, those arms should just dangle. Yep. Then you know you're relaxed. If those arms are swaying as you sway the body, then you've relaxed them. So anytime I mention the term Wuji, W-U-J-I, cute little word, Wu, W-J-I-G, Wuji, or Wuji. That just means come to neutral, come to universal posture, come to center. You could also consider this a centering posture where you've found balance with yourself. Each foot is equally pushing against the earth. You're well balanced with the shoulders over the hips, over the ankles. Now, let me point out, there are no rules that can't be modified in Tai Chi as long as they're safe. If this is not comfortable, and to be truthful, this kind of grinds my hips a little. So I have a tendency to turn my toes out just a little because that's easier on my hips. That's fine. I'm still in nice balance. Sometimes because of my nerve damage in my feet, I need a little more distance. So you might see me in Wuji like this. And that's fine. You modify everything in Tai Chi to what you need for your safety and balance. So when I tell you to come to Wuji, maybe this is your Wuji. So let's come to Wuji. Stand tall and relax. Spongy knees, soft shoulders, and breathe. Just inhale with me and exhale with me. I like to exhale through my mouth because to me that's more relaxing for me. The sighing sound is a psychological thing to let my mind know I'm relaxing. Plus, sometimes you hear the sigh, so you know I'm breathing out. So if you hear me doing a sigh, that's the reason. So inhale and Now I'm going to bring my weight to this foot and I'm going to step out just a little. I'm going to give myself a little bit more distance there. And I'm going to bend my elbow and bring my hands up like this. I'm just going to let the palms face each other. I'm going to bring the palms together. I'm going to bring the palms apart. Now we want to start paying attention. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about the breath first. While we're doing any movement in Tai Chi, we want to regularly bring our awareness to the breath. So even while I'm focused on moving my hands, I want to notice the sensation of my breath coming in the nostrils, the breath leaving the nostrils, maybe my tummy or chest decreasing, and then I inhale, the cool air comes in, my chest and belly expands. If you're a belly breather like I promote, maybe it's just your belly expanding. If that's too much for you, too challenging in the class, then don't worry about it too much. Be aware of your breath and come back to it on occasion, but don't drive yourself